sleep in my VW van and wake up the next morning and do more dead and sweat. It was brutal. It was brutal, but it was fun.
Everyone's favorite episode in their season, or whatever, and this is in Power Rangers.
Well, I know she does. She watches the show.
Yeah.
You got favorite episodes. You handle this one.
One of my favorites is Heir to the Throne, where Trakina gets taken out into the desert with Vilamax and becomes an awesome warrior. And of course, Green Courage, where David Henderson is my prey du jour.
I'm a romantic, so I like the wedding between Lord Zed and Reed.
Too many. I guess I like the one with the Pexters. It's the first voice I did in a show.
How dare the Pexters here!
Long time ago.
I have two things. My life changed when I met Scott too. Unfortunately, I never worked again. My voiceover career was shot to crap, but it was fine. I didn't mind. I still had Power Rangers. Kidding. Just kidding. Love ya. My favorite episode of Power Rangers Time Force was Movie Magic. And Movie Madness to you lot, but Movie Magic to us. That was the double episode. That was the one that I liked. I don't think I was on any of the others. Was I? I'm not sure. Did I turn up sometimes? Oh, you know, the drugs didn't kick in till a couple of days later. Hey, whatever happened to that crap we used to do in the studio, Philip? Dear God, I'm in trouble.
I have the recordings of
Episode 237. I did over 300 and something episodes, so I can't. Oh, in Power Rangers, we did 40 episodes, and I think in episode 36 or something, that was the end of season 1. So episode 37 meant our second-year contract came into enforcement. So they had to pay me for the next year, even though we were only filming 4 more episodes. So that was my favorite episode.
The last episode that I did, Tingamondo, yeah, because I got to really die loudly. And they always wanted me to be louder and louder, but I'm a sensitive actor, you know, I'm a sensitive artist. No!
Thanks. I was just wondering, initially looked at your script with the villain, thought it was simplistic, and saw a twist later on, maybe you realized that that villain was a bit more complex than you had originally thought.
Yeah. No, actually, the first script I got with the villain in it was yeah. But after we did a couple of episodes, the writers decided to have fun with the characters, and our scripts got better, and my relationship with my daughter bordered on incest for about 12 episodes. I mean, it was...
By the way, that was before there was a lot of border check.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting there for a little while. But no, I think all the characters in every season were complex in their own way. I mean, they always had a twist or a turn. So I think the evil guys, we always had something that we could use to make the character a little more fun. You know, it just wasn't evil. You didn't go in there and do evil things. You had a twist, so it was fun, yeah. So there definitely was a nice little twist to the character.
On the guy that I did, Les Fortunes, I kind of modeled my guy. I knew it was going to be a supervillain, and it was over the top and just crazy. And so I went back and watched the original Batman stuff. I did. I watched a little bit of the Joker, a little bit of Frank Gorsu's Riddler. And then I watched Back to the Future a couple times and took some of the manic stuff from Doc Brown. Right? Because Doc Brown was always, woo! You know, that kind of stuff. And a little bit of Beetlejuice for my guy. You know, I watched him and I wanted to slam them all together, and then just, you know, the hair, spiked hair and all that kind of was the Beetlejuice thing, and you know, and not play him so dark. It had to be, you know, villains aspire to things, all right? They just don't want to be bad. They want to be respected. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
They want to be great, and they're just willing to cross the line. Where somebody might, you know, say, nah, I'm not going to go there, they'll go there. And just try and find those guys. Just find those moments, you know, because they are people. They just make bad choices. That's what I do.
Yeah, but we want to be loved too.
Yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, when you talk about villains, or humanity, or people, even in classic, the kind of stuff that you do now, you know, just classic work, stuff I'm doing now, I get cast as a lot of villains. It's just the camera sees me a certain way. It's easy for me to find that dark place, a little anger, or what have you. I mean, that's the life of an actor. We're told, no, you suck every day. So you get a little bitter, so you use that stuff. But you do, you know? But when it comes down to it, villains just want to be loved. Everybody wants to be loved. All humanity wants to be loved. It's just how they go about doing it, and whether or not they got any in their life, and whether or not they're going to get any more, you know? So, you know, that's kind of, if somebody's just going to play hard-ass just to play hard-ass, you're just going to see hard-ass, you're not going to see anything. Period. You know? So, I love you too, man.
I'll just say really quickly that obviously when I started playing Diabolico, I didn't know that at the end of the season he was going to be the one to save the Power Rangers. So that was a twist I didn't see coming. It was certainly a lot of fun.
Well, when they wanted Rita to be very screechy and guttural, I mean, I thought that would be monotonous if it was just that. And I took a lot from Lucille Ball because she's very loud, but she would go, Ricky! Yeah! And with Sprocket too, it was that whining thing which is obnoxious, but I'm losing my voice. And also the Japanese woman that originated Rita was extremely talented and very good. What's the name? Machiko? Soga? She was fabulous. She was very well respected in Japan. And she knew how to do the balance between comedy and, you know, villainy. So I used her facial expressions to help me.
Right.
Lloyd Ted started handling humongous amounts of dialogue in the show. Because he would set up what the plot would be and what, I had no mouth, so it was easy. But I had to go a little faster than I had planned to make the character to get all that dialogue in. So I had to speed up the brain. Yeah. Had to be Lord said on Black Beauties or something like that. And that's about it.
Well, when I first was cast as Trakina, it was supposed to be a recurring role, and which means just appearing every once in a while. And my father on the show, Scorpius, the animatronic puppet, was the main villain of the Lost Galaxy season initially. But he proved to be kind of difficult to took a lot of people to operate him, to make him breathe and make the tentacles move, a lot of people behind the scenes, right behind the wall, and make him look, and he was huge, heavy, all these kind of things. So I think taking him to different sets, like locations and stuff was difficult. Yeah, and so instead of just being like there every once in a while to be his assistant bad guy, the Red Ranger killed him, and then I got to rise up, take over the throne and be the main bad guy. So that meant appearing in almost every episode. So I got to be in a lot more episodes than originally planned. So that was definitely a change, and I think for the better. Like, it ended up being a lot more work for me and more fun too. More havoc to wreak.
And she was more fun in the studio than having this big ugly guy. And yes, hello. I can just say in general, with the way the bad guys evolved, we didn't really know them when they first got on the show. I mean, you can see where their personality is going to change and how it's going to help. You can actually write for that. That's why Vernon was saying the way that he and what's her name? Kate, the way they interacted, it changed the way the writing was for the show. It happened to everybody in general, seeing how people work together and their personalities came out. You can actually have a lot more fun with it. And I'm sure the way Barbara and Robert did the voices for things changed the way they had them act, especially when they had Carla in the costume. And of course that was inspired by coming to the sessions and watching Robert. Because you can see where things would change by seeing the influence. Anyway, hope that answers your question.
Okay, this question is for Amy.
Yes.
Okay, after Lost Galaxy, they were going to be doing the team up in Lightspeed Rescue, and I noticed there was another woman, and it was not you. I just want to know why you were in Trachina's Revenge.
Well, yes, that's a good question. I've answered a couple times for people one-on-one today, but I'll answer for everybody today. We were called back. We were done with Lost Galaxy. We were called back to do a reunion at just like one, thing, but then a crossover thing, but like a one-time show, like a week of shooting and whatever. But then we found out that, there was a movie thing involved, and it was a negotiation breakdown. Like, I wanted to renegotiate my deal or whatever, and my agent said, you don't have to stay if you don't want to. And so I didn't, and they got a girl that looked a lot like me, too. And put a thing over her face.
Yeah, her name was Jennifer Burns.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember Reggie on the Lightspeed station.
Reggie did do it, yeah. He stayed and did that, yeah. Everybody else, as far as I know, did do it. No. But yeah, that's why. That's why, yeah. But some people don't even realize that some people do. Absolutely.
Yeah, she screwed us. No, she didn't.
I'm a very big Vortex fan. I'm a big Vortex. There's one phrase that the Vortex never said. When you say it's more
Oh my God, it's morphin' time. That almost killed me. What's next?
Yes, I respect all of your evilness. You better! But you're only underlings compared to the merciless import rum. And you know.
Oh.